So that means that my services are clearly needed. Because that's a steer. We don't have any bulls. So the only way that job's getting done is if I do it. So today's educational TikTok is going to be all about breeding cows. Now, disclaimer, I am not a professional. I do not do this as a full-time job. And I taught myself. I forced myself to learn last year because I didn't want to keep a bull anymore. And I decided to invest in a tank and a bunch of semen to stock that tank. And this cow that I'm going to be breeding is actually the very first cow that I ever bred, and she took on the first shot. So pretty cool. So the first step in this process is heating up the water so that you can thaw the semen. Usually you're aiming for 95 to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Some people have electric ones so that they don't have to run water. Unfortunately, I don't have one because I only got now I've got 10 cows to breed. So I don't really need an electric one. So you got to heat the water up so that it's high enough. I also have to take off my Apple Watch because when I'm doing it, the left arm goes up the rectum of the cow. So can't have the watch on. So the cow that's in heat right now is my commercial red Angus. I only have one. I got her as a bottle baby. The rest of them are all registered Herefords. So this one, I bred her to Wagyu last year. I'm going to do that again. So the first thing I did was made sure I had my gloves, make sure that the water is still at an acceptable temperature, have my sheath handy because once I get the straw thawed and cut, it's going into the sheath and then going onto the gun. I also have to have my gun with it depressed so that when I go to put the straw in, I don't have to fight with it. I also have to have my scissors handy and my tweezers for pulling it out of the tank. So in here is liquid nitrogen along with those straws, and you'll see when I open it, you'll see the cloud. It's been a while since I've had to be in here, so I think they're in section 1. Yep. And of course, this is very cold, so you can damage the straws if not handled properly. This stays in that water, that hot water, for about a minute. So I'm going to be watching my phone to make sure. So I got that clip back on there. That once this is done thawing, I have to wipe it off, then I will cut it. I'm not going to film that part because I'm going to run out of time. Time is up, time to pull it out and cut it. So I'm going to pull it out, dry it off. Try not to handle it directly with my hands because that can kill it. Cut off the tip, place it, and here I'm going to have to make a part 2.